Hi all, my name is Nikhil, and in last video we have seen that how we have configured the custom logger for our particular package. Okay, and in this video we are going to see how we can store our logs in a particular file. In earlier videos, we have seen that we have shown our logs on the console here itself, but now we want our logs to be stored on the one of the file. Okay, so let's get started. So to do that, I have to go to Log4j official website. So over there, I have selected or I have found one example XML. You can find it on your Apache uh, official website. So I'm just copying this configuration from here and pasting it and next to the console. Okay, so rolling file. Then this let's start with this particular parameter, that is the name. So in this parameter, as we have seen in console, we have given the name as a console. We can name it anything. It's not mandatory that we have to name it as a console. Likewise, we can name a rolling file as whatever we want. So let's make it a file. Okay. Then file name. So this particular parameter or option says that what file name you want to give when your one of the or first file of logger is getting created. So let's say I want to create a file, very first file with name log.log, okay, or logs.log, okay. So this is the very first file which will get created, and then file pattern is nothing but just like we have given, not we have not given here. So file pattern is nothing but the rest of the files, okay. So rest of the files, how we can provide or in what format we have to store. So let's say I want them to be stored in this format, okay, and let's say I want to store them in some different with some different name so that I can recognize them that these are the new files. So logger, and after that you can give this particular format. So this is also allowed. So you can give this as well. Let's say dash. This colons won't be allowed because your file name cannot contain colons. So yeah, so this is what your file format would be. I mean, file name format would be. We will see the example of this particular file name once we will uh, create this particular variable. So file name is nothing but a variable which we are going to create or initialize in the upcoming time. So next to this is pattern layout. So it is a pattern we have to give in what pattern we have to store our logs. So in console logs, this was the format in which we have shown the logs. So if we want, we can give the same format here as well so that our each and every log will be stored in a file in this format. Okay. So next is size based triggering policy and size. So this particular option gives you a flexibility to write anything that is 1 KB, 2 KB, MB, right? So what does this particular tag means and what this size means? So this tag will configure your files in such a way that first file will get create with this name, that is this name logs.log. Okay, and once that particular file reaches to 1 KB of size, I mean, this file will get stored all the logs, right, while execution. And once its size gets exceeded uh, by after the 1 KB, okay, so the next file will get created, that is with this kind of file name format. The new file will get created, and once the second file will exceed 1 KB of size, the third file will get created, then fourth, then fifth, so later files will get created in this file name format. Okay, so this is what the exceeding size or maximum size of any file. So rolling file has been completed. So now let's go and store some value for this particular variable. So for that, let's go to the web page. So I'm copying this properties tag and pasting it next to the configuration and before appenders. So I am pasting here. Then properties will have multiple property tags. So we can give the name to whatever we want. We can create any name number of properties with any names. But as of now, we have created one or we have used one property, that is file name. So we have to give the same name here as well. Okay. So then this is the value when we will be using this particular property. This particular value will be considered. Okay, so let me just create dot slash log. Okay, so this will create one folder under logger project, just like src and target. This will create one folder named logs, and this will create one file under that folder named logs.log. And once this file exceed this 1 KB of limit, then the new file will get created in the same folder with different name. Okay, and later on the files will get created in this same format. Okay, so let's take an example of this file. Okay, how this file will get stored. So the file name will be replaced with this value, that is log, then the logger, then this is the date format, that is hours, minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. Okay, so hours will be current hours. So currently it is 20, then minutes would be 27, seconds would be anything. As of now, I can say any number, 45, and milliseconds would be like, let's say, any number. Okay, so this is how your file will get created as an example under logs folder. Okay, so let's see by running this. So before running this, I have to provide the appender references as well, because while creating this logger or this logger, we have just provided appender reference as a console. So appender reference means what? Where we want to show our logs. So if we are using this logger for this particular package, okay, so whatever the classes which are stored under this package, and when I run this any of this class, then this logger will get configured for them. So any of the logs which are coming under this classes will be displayed on console. But right now what I want to store my logs on files, right? So I have to copy this and I have to write the name of the file appender. Okay, so it is file. So I'm giving file. Okay, so this will store my logs on file as well as this will print my logs on console as well. Okay, so if I don't want my logs to be shown on the console, I just want to store my logs in file. So I can remove this and I can keep only this value. Okay, this will just create a log file and won't display logs on the console. Okay, so as of now we will keep it as it is and we will see this afterwards. So let's write this in root level log as well, so that any of the uh, classes which are not under this package but in another packages, so that packages will use this root level uh, appenders, okay, or root level uh, configurations. Okay, so currently we are running this, so let me just create few more logs so that file will get exceeded by 1 KB and we can have multiple files displayed. So let me run this. So I've run, the console logs are getting stored on displayed on the console. Okay, so logs are getting displayed on the console as we have provided appender as a console here, and we have also provided appender as a file as well. So let me just refresh, and here you can see one of the folder is getting created named logs as we have given here, and you can see one file is getting created with name logs.log, which is having few logs. Okay, and the rest of the logs or the rest of the log files will get created with this name pattern, that is logger dash time format, which we have given. And now if I open this, so rest of the logs I can see under this file. So if I run this again, and if this file gets exceeded by 1 KB, then new file will get created with same pattern but different values, let's say 20, 30, let's say 40, and 964, any number, what is the current time it is. So with that time the new file will get created. Okay, so I just want to store my logs in log file. I don't want to show up those logs on my console. So now if I have removed this console appender, now if I run this, okay, so you can see none of the log is getting displayed on the console, but I can see multiple files which can be created uh, in my this folder, logs folder. So see, this file is getting created. Okay, so this is how we can create logs, or you can store the logs in your log files. And that's it from me. Have a good day. Thank you. See you in next video.